Hi kids! Today at Fashion Doll Studio we are making the absolutely easiest winter fashion accessories, scarves. We're going to make two kinds of scarves today. A muffler. Mufflers are long strips of fabric that have fringes at the ends. You can drape it around your doll's neck, or you can throw it over one shoulder. There's also the infinity scarf. The ends are attached. You can put it right over her head, but that's kind of long, right? It's better to loop it in the front and pass it over her head again. See, now she has this boho chic infinity scarf. To make these scarves, we're going to need fabric. We're also going to need scissors and a ruler. This is a US school ruler. It's about 12 inches long, which is about 30 centimeters. We also need scissors. The thing to remember about scissors is never cut paper with your fabric scissors. Paper dulls scissors. I'm using these kid scissors to show you that they're sharp enough to cut fabric as long as you never cut paper with them. So have two different pairs of scissors, one for cutting fabric and the other for cutting paper. Then, if you're going to make infinity scarves, you need either a needle and thread or glue. To make a muffler, you lay your fabric flat and you measure it with a ruler. You want it to be at least 12 inches long. That's 30 centimeters, maybe a little longer. This one is just a little bit over. We'll cut it about 1 inch wide, which is about 2.5 centimeters. So now we have a strip of fabric about 12 inches long by about an inch. The edges aren't very straight, are they? It's hard to cut edges straight, especially with little scissors. The good thing about it is that once it's wrapped around your doll's neck, you won't be able to tell. Now we take the scissors and cut the fringe. See how it looks like loose yarns dangling on the end? We do the same thing on the other end. And that's all there is to it. Now we have a muffler. Let's put it on the doll. Wrap it around her neck once, it's very pretty, or throw it over her shoulder for a sportier look. We can do the same thing with another fabric. I want you to notice that both of these fabrics are soft. If they were stiff, they wouldn't drape around the doll. This knitted fabric is soft and very stretchy. This woven fabric is less stretchy, but it's still soft. I cut the fabric 12 inches long, and now I'll make a small cut an inch from the edge. And here's something neat you can do with woven fabrics. I don't need to cut all the way down. I can make a tiny cut, grab both sides, and pull hard. It's ripping! Look how straight those edges are. It's much easier to tear a fabric straight than it is to cut it. So let's make a muffler out of the woven fabric. Cut those fringes, snip, snip. snip, and the other side, snip. Let's try the muffler on the doll. This scarf's so light that she could wear it year-round. Now let's make an infinity scarf. Take the knitted fabric again. We want it to be about 12 inches. Cut it about an inch wide, about 2.5 centimeters. So we have a strip of fabric a little over 12 inches long by an inch, and that's about 30 centimeters by 2.5 centimeters. Now lay your scarf flat. On one end, flip it over. So now we see the underside of the fabric and the top side. And what I'm going to do is sew it together with the needle and thread. I take the upper side and I match it to the lower side. And when I put them together, I have a loop. I stitch the ends together. So you see that I have one long loop, and now we have an infinity scarf. Try it on the doll's neck. Just like the other infinity scarf, this looks too long. It looks better if we loop it around her neck twice. And we have a soft and cozy infinity scarf. But there's an even easier way to make an infinity scarf. Let's take our woven fabric and rip off about another inch. Isn't that fun? We have the fabric laid flat. We flip one end over once. And then we take our glue and glue the underside to the opposite end of our twisted scarf. So you see, when you lay it flat, you have the underside and the top side, and it makes a complete loop. But now the problem with glue is that it takes time to dry. So we'll set it aside and think about, what could we do if we don't have any fabric to work with, or if we're just starting and we want to practice? How about paper towels? This paper towel is pretty close to 12 inches. I wouldn't go any shorter, but 11 inches will work fine. I'm going to use it because most people have paper towels at home. And if you make a mistake, it's okay. You can get some more. Now remember about using separate scissors for fabric and paper. I'm going to use my paper scissors and cut off about an inch. You can make a fringed muffler by cutting a fringe. And then the same thing on the other side. You can really use any type of paper as long as it's soft enough to wrap around your toy's neck. Just be aware that paper can dissolve in water, so don't take paper scarves in the bathtub or out in the rain. Look at that! Your doll has a nice white muffler. You can also make a paper infinity scarf. Just like with the fabric, you lay it down flat and twist one end over. The underside looks pretty much like the upper side, doesn't it? Going to glue one end. Putting the glue on is the easy part. Matching up the ends is tricky. I said it was tricky. And there's your paper infinity scarf. A loop of paper with a twist. Making scarves is so easy that all your toys can have one, and they're great gifts for friends. Somehow, I don't think Joe likes his paper infinity scarf. Do you? Larger toys with larger necks need longer scarves so they can wrap all the way around. This bear scarf is 24 inches long. And if you're playing in the snow, this winter snow people need mufflers too. Doll scarves make nice surprises in Valentine's and birthday cards. If it's chilly enough for your doll to need a scarf, she probably needs shoes too. To find out about making shoes compatible with Barbie, visit fashiondollstudio.com.